le ciel bleu vole en silence.
Okay, it's event season, it's wedding season and baby shower season and bridal shower season and graduation season and Easter season. And so today I have your 2025 spring event guide. I'm gonna get you all set up so that you can make it to all the spring events with little stress and lots of style. So welcome if you're new here. My name is Netta. I'm a personal stylist and my whole focus is to help you look your best every single day because I know it changes our days. When we look good, we feel good. I'm excited to tell you if you've not heard that you're new here, that I have a free resource for you to help you build your spring wardrobe. It's called the Modern Classics Wardrobe Guide. It's completely updated for spring, and it will give you the foundation for laying out and for building a spring wardrobe that's going to work for you. Now, if you haven't done one of my Closet Confidence Workshop series yet, you're missing out. We dive into wardrobe principles together. It is a completely free and transformative series that you are not going to want to miss. It's a live workshop series where we build your wardrobe together. We check all of those boxes, we get your questions answered, and we get you set up for your most stylish spring ever. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I'm going to have the link in the description box, the pinned comment, on the screen, all the places. Okay, let's get into it. So one of the strategies and one of the things that I talk about all the time is that we want to be shopping from our closets or getting dressed from our closets, not getting dressed from the store. So I don't want you to have a wardrobe where every time an event comes up, you've got to run and shop for it. Every time something comes up, you've got to run and shop for it. Now, there are exceptions of this, of course, like if you've got like a really specific themed event, or if you're the mother of the bride, mother of the groom, of course you're going to want to shop for a special occasion like that. But for the most part, regular events that come up in our lives, things like weddings and graduations and baby showers, even things like seasonal holidays, I would encourage you to shop your wardrobe rather than shopping stores for every event that comes up. Not only is this more sustainable and more budget friendly, but you're also going to be less stressed. There is nothing worse. One of my mantras is never shop under duress, because nothing is worse than having to run to a store shortly before an event to grab a dress or to grab something to wear, find out that you're wearing the same thing as someone else, not feel that cute in it, maybe overspend, maybe compromise. Instead, build a wardrobe that you can get dressed from for everything that's coming up. So really look ahead at your spring and even summer season and ask yourself, what are the events that are on the horizon? How can I build a wardrobe now that will take me through all of the events in the next couple of seasons? So I'm going to give you my strategies for doing that. Okay, let's talk about your strategy for building your spring wardrobe so that you're ready for anything. So the first thing I want to talk about is my cluster concept and how it can apply to building a spring event wardrobe. And then of course in the fall and winter, building an event wardrobe for those seasons as well. So the breakdown of a cluster is this: 3 tops, 2 bottoms, and a jacket. In spring and summer, I like to add a dress, so I like to add a 7th item to the spring cluster. So 3 tops, 2 bottoms, and a jacket that all play well together and create multiple combinations that will take you through all of the different spring events that you've got coming up. So for example, if we're going to flesh this out and fill it in and create a cluster here, maybe we will start with like a really pretty dressy blouse. I'm wearing something here that I could dress up or down, but that will really take me through a variety of events. So a dressy blouse would be the first top that I would suggest for your spring cluster. Second, you're going to add like an elevated knit. Maybe it's like a fitted sweater. Maybe it's, a cashmere sweater. Maybe it's something that's like got an interesting shape to it, an off the shoulder top, like an elevated tee of some sort. And then the last thing is like a statement top. This is something a little more dramatic. Now, I just did the 30 or so things that you need for spring. So maybe this is a puff sleeve top. Maybe it's something in organza. Maybe it's something with a really beautiful pattern. Now, when you're building a cluster, you really want to keep pattern and color and interest to only one category. So for the purposes of this cluster, let's keep the interest in the tops and keep the bottoms and the jackets simple so that you've got that versatility and everything matches with everything else. So you've got a blouse, you've got a knit, and you've got a dressy blouse, a knit, and a statement top. Then you're going to add bottoms. Now, for, again, maximum versatility, maybe you want a skirt and a pair of pants, so it takes you to different events. So a tailored pair of pants that you can dress up for special events is the next thing. I would say you want a light neutral going into spring, summer. And then you want a skirt. Now, maybe that skirt is a maxi length, maybe it's a midi length, maybe it's even a knee length skirt. It could be silk, it could be like a silky, like charmeuse material, it could be something more more structured, but you want like that skirt that you can dress up with your and pair with all of your tops for the special events. And then finally, you want a layering piece. Now, I think a little cropped boucle jacket, maybe a cropped tweed jacket, maybe a lady jacket style, just a great little layering piece that will go with all of the spring cluster. You could also add a tailored blazer. You could add a cropped blazer. There are just so many options for this. Now, why does it cluster? Why is a cluster so essential? Because you can mix and match these pieces, and you can go to Easter. You can go to some weddings. You can go to a graduation. You can go to a baby shower. Like, it will take you to all the different places. You're going to add a dress, of course, and then the dress is going to go also with the jacket. The only thing the dress really needs to go with is the jacket. So you've got this full spring capsule wardrobe that will take you to all of your spring events. Now, an option, if you really don't want to do tops and bottoms in your cluster, you could do a dress only cluster. And when I went to Europe a couple summers ago, I always pack in clusters, and I always plan for seasons and clusters. And so that's what we're talking about here, and that's what I'm showing you here. But if you want a cluster that is based solely on dresses, you can have a selection of dresses as your cluster instead of tops and bottoms. Obviously, that's going to work differently, but I would say 2 to 3 simple dresses, 2 to 3 statement dresses, and you've got a dress cluster for spring that will take you to a variety of events. But again, it's buying it when you find it, not when you need it. Buy it when you find it, not when you need it. And don't shop under duress. If you've got clusters, if you're intentional, if you pick up the pieces as you see them, you're going to be prepared for everything that's coming up. Okay, so also jumpsuits make a great alternative to dresses if you prefer to cover your legs, but you really, again, you want to be planning for these spring events well before they come up. So let's talk about accessories for spring, because you don't just need clothes, you need the finishing touches that are going to turn these capsules and clusters into outfits. So what is your spring accessories cluster? Let's break that down. The first thing I would say you need is a pair of block heels. This can be a pump, it can be a sandal, it can be a slingback, but you want a block heel. This is great for an outdoor event, outdoor weddings, outdoor venues, concerts, because they've got, they're not going to sink into the sand or the dirt. You also want a pair of ballet flats. I feel like a ballet flat is a great classic spring and summer shoe that will go to a variety of events and a variety of different settings. You want a pair of strappy sandals. If you can only buy one pair of dressier shoes for spring summer, make it a strappy metallic sandal. Gold, silver, it can be muted, it can be shiny, or whatever you want, in a heel height that's comfortable for you. I have a pair that I absolutely love from Inez. I'll pop them up here. They're just absolutely beautiful. But a strappy metallic sandal like this is the most versatile dressy shoe that you can wear like 11 and a half months out of the year. Maybe if you live in a very cold climate, you're going to put them on when you get into the party. But otherwise, like, this is truly your evening shoe and daytime shoe. It works for everything. So if you can only buy one, make it that. And then the heel height is going to be whatever heel height works for you. And then a pair of sleek loafers. That's a key look for spring, summer, and just very, very versatile. And then you want a pair of espadrilles. So you've got the dress shoe, you've got a couple of more casual shoes, and then you've got a pair of espadrilles that are absolutely perfect for daytime events and really are just a great little statement shoe option. Now you're going to add additional accessories because you've got the shoes, but you need more accessories to round out your wardrobe. So you want a pair of statement earrings. Nothing is easier to style with all of your outfits than a pair of statement earrings. Necklaces, we sometimes worry about necklines and like what works with what, but a pair of beautiful earrings. Maybe it's gold, maybe it's silver, maybe it's textured like raffia, or it's braided, or it's tasseled, or whatever. Like something really cool like that you can pair with all of the pieces that you just put into your spring cluster is absolutely an essential. A straw bag is the literal law. Like if you do not have a straw bag for spring, summer, then I just feel like you can't even step from March 20th into March 19th to March 20th. March 20th is the first day of spring. Like if you don't have it by March 20th or by the start of spring, like I just feel like we're sleeping on the job, right? Like we're just not doing our job of building our wardrobes, because a straw bag is mandatory. It's mandatory. And it's such a fabulous daytime it will go with all of your daytime outfits for all of your daytime events. Now for evening, you want like a smaller clutch or leather bag. Maybe it's a metallic, maybe it's leather. I really like Whiting and Davis, like their chainmail kind of bags. I think those are beautiful and classic and collectible. I just saw one at a vintage store. I'm still thinking about it. I think I want to go back for it. It was a little small, but it was so gorgeous and it was gold. But like a small leather clutch or a small metallic clutch is going to be that great go with everything evening bag. Okay, so now you've got your accessories for spring sorted. A metallic, I'm gonna go back and say a metallic, or if you really are like, I hate metallics and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But if you really hate metallics, a light neutral heeled sandal is, if you could only take away one thing from that list, if you could only buy one thing, make it that. Okay, the first event that I want to talk about is the spring wedding. We have one coming up in early April. I'm super excited about it. Nothing more romantic than a spring wedding, right? Like they're just so pretty. So there are 3 types of spring weddings. It can be an evening wedding and a more formal one. That's the kind I'm going to. It can be an outdoor wedding, maybe a little less formal, or maybe it's outdoor and formal. And then you've also got daytime weddings. So you want to look at the dressing for the type of event you're going to. For daytime weddings, generally, like we're looking at softer colors, floral prints, something like you would wear to like a nice church function, something like you would wear to Easter maybe. Evening weddings tend to be a little bit more formal. You're gonna have to, of course, check the dress code of the wedding, but richer colors, sleeker fabrics, polished accessories. You wanna pay attention to whether the invitation says cocktail or black tie. Those are gonna be, a different type of dress code. And then outdoor weddings, where you're gonna really want to lean into having breathable fabrics, espadrilles, wedges, black heels, and really kind of take the outdoor environment into account. So I'm going to give you a couple of outfit ideas for different weddings. So the first one, I'm calling it classic and chic. This is a really pretty floral midi dress with strappy heels. Again, that metallic heel is going to save you, or you can do the black heel if it's an outdoor wedding, and pearl earrings. Feminine, pretty, romantic. The idea of a wedding is to dress for the occasion, rise to the occasion without trying to upstage the bride, right? The next one I'm going to call modern and sleek. We're going to go with a column dress here, something very elevated, something very elegant, something that you can layer accessories on top of if you want to get a completely different look. Again, we're going to pull out the heeled sandals and a minimalist clutch. This is a great like cocktail wedding option. And then we're going to talk about the outdoor elegance wedding. I went to an outdoor wedding a few months ago, and so this would have been perfect for an event like that. So we're talking about a flowy dress, maybe printed, maybe it's a floral dress, pair of wedge sandals or block-heeled sandals or espadrilles. Again, we're going to go back to that spring accessories list, and then your fun pair of statement earrings. So 3 different types of events, 3 different types of dresses. You're going to want to look at the accessories that you've chosen and the cluster that you've chosen and see how you can pull together wedding worthy looks from those pieces. Now, again, the idea with the wedding is to wear something that really rises to the occasion without trying to upstage the bride. Avoid white, avoid really flashy sequins or really flashy styles, but otherwise just like lean into the formality of the event. Okay, the next type of event, baby showers and bridal showers. Again, something I've got a bridal shower coming up this weekend. And so bridal showers are like an opportunity to dress up in a feminine way. So baby showers, I feel like they're soft and feminine and cozy, but still polished. Bridal showers, elegance, you want to look like celebratory, maybe a little bit dressier than you would for a baby shower. So I'm going to share a couple of outfit ideas. Again, all of these ideas are things that you can create with a well-chosen cluster. So for a baby shower, maybe you're going to grab your beautiful knit top that you've chosen, a midi skirt, and ballet flats. That would be perfect. Again, something you can create with your cluster. For the bridal shower, you're going to go for your dressy blouse. Maybe it's something eyelet. Maybe it's adorned a little bit. A pair of wide leg pants and block heels. You're going to add accessories and jewelry that's going to make it your own and really kind of take this up a notch. If you're going to do something outside for one of these events, maybe something like a garden party theme, or somewhere where you're going to be outside, you're going to go for the flowy dress, the espadrilles, and like delicate jewelry. So you definitely, if you're leaning into doing something outside, you definitely want breathable fabrics, cotton, linen, and silk. And those are going to be great for any of the kind of girly events that you've got going on. Okay, next we're talking about Easter and other religious gatherings for spring. So Easter has its own aesthetic. I just remember being back in the day, my mom making, I think she made us lavender gingham matching dresses, and we had white hats with lavender bows on them. And that color, crocus, is a big trend for spring 2025. So Easter is like family friendly. It's a lot of light colors, a lot of pastels, which are a little harder for some of us to wear. Usually we're going to be dressed in a polished and also modest way for these events. Again, we can lean into florals, we can lean into soft neutrals, we can lean into pastels or pretty bright bubblegummy colors as well. So couple of outfit ideas for spring or whatever, or for Easter, whatever religious ceremony that you have coming up in spring. I like this traditional chic one. This is an A-line midi dress. Maybe this is going to be in your light neutral color. I think that would be beautiful. And again, this can be part of your dress cluster. Kitten heels. I talked about doing that little sling back, maybe with a block heel. A little block heel shoe would be perfect with this, and a pearl necklace. Now, if you're going to have a little bit more of a relaxed celebration, I'm calling this casual polished. You've got your tailored trousers. You're going to go for your statement blouse because that's going to be your fun blouse, and a soft cardigan. If you're going to do a soft cardigan or maybe a structured jacket, if you do a soft cardigan, like maybe you button the top button, something like that, just to elevate it a little bit. And then the dressy but comfortable look. This is going to be your skirt option. That's part of your cluster. So a really pretty skirt, your knit top, maybe it's your fitted sweater, and the metallic sandal. Like, I think that's just an easy, effortless Easter look. Again, if you've done a dress cluster, then you've got lots of dresses to choose from, and you're just going to add the accessories, the shoes, the bag, and the jewelry that are going to go with the type of Easter or type of ceremony that you're celebrating. So if you're wearing a dress, it's really nice sometimes, especially inside, especially if it's heavily air conditioned, or if you go to a more conservative or modest setting, look for something with a sleeve, or maybe add a little jacket or a little cropped trench over it just for modesty and also for warmth. Okay, next we're talking about graduations and school events. These are all coming up. Got a graduation party in May. I feel like this is such a, like I said, an eventful time of year. And so with graduations, you're going to be sitting a lot. So comfort is key. You want things that are practical but also comfortable. Okay, so for graduation, you want the outfits to be breathable and comfortable because you're going to be sitting a long time. So it's two different types of graduation events. You can be going to the actual event, or you can be going to a party afterwards. So choose accordingly. But if you're going to the actual event, you're sitting a lot, it might be hot. It probably will be hot. Or you'll be inside and it's heavily air conditioned. So dress for the weather, dress for comfort, but also dress to be chic. So I'm going to share a couple of outfit ideas here. The first, wide leg trousers. You're going to pair these are the dressy trousers from your cluster, the jacket from your cluster, the blouse from your cluster, and then pick a pair of shoes that works for your event. Maybe I would think that the block-heeled heel is going to be the best option for graduation, but you want to pick a shoe that goes with the setting that you're going to be in. Now, the next option, we're going to look at a dress. It's going to be one of your dresses from your cluster, or the dress from your cluster, a pleated midi dress, and a pair of strappy sandals. I think that would be an absolutely beautiful look for a graduation. And then the last look, I'm calling this casual but elevated. You're going to go with your trousers again, your knit top, and your pair of belly flats. So depending on the type of event you're going to, depending on the dressiness level, you've got options here working with the pieces that are in your cluster for graduation. So again, you might want to grab a jacket, because if you're going to be inside, they're going to heavily air condition it. Maybe that's just a Florida thing, but it's always freezing in schools in Florida. Okay, next event, garden parties and spring socials. So these are the outdoor girly feminine events. I keep saying nobody invites me to a garden party. Maybe it's too hot in Florida for a garden party. I don't know, but nobody invites me to a garden party. I just don't get any garden party invitations or spring social invitations. But outdoor spring events, maybe it is a pool party or a barbecue, but like, you know, a little bit more upscale. These are options, and there are options in your spring cluster for these events as well. So you want to look at outdoor friendly shoes, first of all, right? You're going to go for your espadrilles or your block heeled shoes or your flats. And then you want light, airy fabrics, depending on how hot it is. So first outfit idea, romantic and feminine. You're going to go for like a flowy feminine dress. You're going to wear your espadrilles, of course, because it's the law, and the straw bag, of course, because it's the law. I feel like if you don't have espadrilles and a straw bag, I feel like that's kind of the invitation to get into the garden party. If you don't have it, you really are not gonna, they're not gonna let you in. Okay, the next one I call effortless chic. This is a pair of your dressy trousers. Maybe these are linen trousers if you've got a pair of linen trousers. Your statement blouse, that pretty blouse that's in your cluster, and your block heeled heels. So again, these are outdoor friendly, and they're going to feel really, really perfect for a springtime outdoor event. And then the last outfit I call playful and pretty. So again, this is going to be a dress. This is going to be a printed dress. I feel like something in a really pretty feminine print would work perfectly for this. Maybe a floral. Why not? You're at a garden party. You've got a flat sandal or flat shoe. So this could be your strappy sandals. It could be your ballet flat. It could even be a loafer if that's what you're comfortable in, but like pick one of your flat shoe options. And then your statement earrings. You're going to be ready for any garden party, any springtime outdoor events. I'm going to mention it again. It's definitely not going to be a downside if you add a straw bag to any one of these outfits. Okay, the final events are work events, networking events, like professional events. And you've got everything you need here to take you to those events as well. So you want to look polished without looking stiff, right? And so it's a step above business casual. And you want to look professional, but also friendly and approachable. So how are we going to make this work using our clusters? So first look, I'm going to call the modern professional. You're going to use your beautiful trousers. You're going to use that first blouse, the silky blouse, the elevated blouse. And then you're going to add your sleek loafers. You're going to be perfect for this type of event. Now for the next look, I call it power dressing. You're going to add a blazer on top of one of your dresses, like a midi dress, and then you're going to add a structured bag, and then you're going to add your either ballet flats, or you can do your low, your block heeled heels. I keep calling them block-heeled heels, but you know what I mean. A block-heeled pump, a block-heeled shoe of some kind. Maybe it's a slingback, maybe it's a pump. The final look I'm going to call casual chic. This is going to be, you can even pull out, like depending on the event, a pair of tailored dark wash jeans for this, or you can stick with the trousers that are in your cluster. You're going to add your little jacket that you bought for the cluster, maybe a shell or a simple blouse, and then you're going to again add your heels. It's going to be the block heels. For me, for the professional events, I feel like they're very friendly. Like you could stand up in them, but you could also do a loafer. You could also do a ballet flat. Those would all work for these work-friendly events. So again, we're really being intentional and planning ahead for anything that's coming up down the road for spring in terms of events. We've got Easter covered, we've got weddings covered, we've got work events covered, we've got graduations covered, like all of the different events using a single cluster. So really look at the types of events that you have when you're choosing the pieces that are going to go in your cluster, because the success of this concept is really going to come down to well-chosen and versatile pieces that make you feel polished and beautiful, and that will take you to all of these different events without feeling like you're compromising, without being tempted to run out and buy something new for every single occasion that arises. We're really being intentional, buying it when we find it, not when we need it. Stop shopping under duress and shop your closet rather than shopping a store. So I hope that this was helpful. Let me know what you think of this and what you think of my concept. This is the first time you've heard of the cluster concept. I'll have more resources about it, and I have other cluster videos that you can check out on this channel. So I hope that you enjoy this. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe so we can keep hanging out. Love you guys. Bye.
Regard au loin.